sports chasers. Welcome to the newest edition of Mixed Emotions,
a podcast where we go over the trades, rules, and emotions that follow.
In this episode, we'll discuss...
Is Travis Kelce going to play different because he's engaged?
Should the NFL adopt the UFL's 4th and 12 rule?
And... is the Micah Parsons trade fair? It's all right here, coming up on Mixed Emotions.
Also, welcome the person...
Eli, there's two of them.
Oh, I meant people in the hot seat. Emmett and Oliver.
So we'll start with the question of how Travis Kelce will play after his engagement. This is a bit different. We'll talk about the topic, and you'll just say what you think.
And remember, ultimately, Emmett and Oliver will decide if it is sold, too much, or bold, a good trade or rule.
It's time to scramble it up.
Okay, so if you didn't know, Travis Kelce has gotten engaged with Taylor Swift. I thought she was married, but she's not married yet. Engaged is different than married. So, he might be affected because he's trying to, show off to Taylor Swift. Or he was before he was engaged. But now that he's engaged and he's going to get married, it might be different because, he's not trying to impress her as much, and he might also take off more from practices, so he might get worse. And he's also about to retire.
Yeah, so I also see while he was dating her, he had about 58 receiving yards per game average, and now he only has about 48 receiving yards per game average. So he's dropping 10 yards after engagement.
Yeah, that's a lot. He is getting older a little, and he's about to retire, so he's going to spend more time with her.
But also look at this. When Swift did attend games, he averaged almost 7 receptions and almost 80 yards a game, while without her, just 6 for 50 yards a game.
He's impressing her.
So I think it's because he's getting older, because clearly he's motivated if Taylor's there at the games.
So, and also, maybe it's a little bit less pressure now that he doesn't have to impress her.
All right, what do you think? Sold or bold?
I think it's sold because I think Travis Kelce is not going to play better. I think he's just going to, just do terrible because he's just getting older. Yeah. And it's not really whether Taylor Swift is playing or not. It's just he's getting older. I don't really. I think you can't blame what happened with him getting engaged. He's just an unk now.
All right, Ollie, what do you think?
I'm also going sold on this one. Travis doesn't really seem to be as focused on football with the engagement, and you can't blame him, but he's just not necessarily locked in as much during the games, and Patrick Mahomes is finding different new younger targets that have more athleticism, and I think that I'm going sold on this one.
I would agree with that.
Next, we will talk about if the NFL should adopt the UFL's 4th and 12th rule. The two perspectives here are sold, no, or bold, yes. Pretty self-explanatory. Let's scramble it up.
Okay, so in case you didn't know, the UFL's 4th and 12 rule is that instead of an onside kick, if you're tied or trailing in the 4th quarter, you can, instead of onside kicking it, you can get a 4th and 12, and then if you get that, then you can keep on going. So what the NFL was considering a 4th and 15 from the 25-yard line.
Yeah.
So we'll start with bold. So the NFL, in case you didn't know, switched their kickoff rules. So now you can't really take an onside kick by surprise because you have to declare it. So before they switched it, there's about a 13.2% chance of an onside kick recovery, and there's about a 16.8% chance of getting a 4th and 15. So it's pretty similar. But now that they've changed the rule, it's around a 4 to 7% chance that teams will get an onside kick recovery. So if they added this rule, it would boost it back up to normal. It would make it more like how it was before the rule was. And also, the point of the new kickoff is not just to get more returns, but it's safer. And and onside kicks are pretty dangerous because you have a bunch of guys fighting for one ball.
Yeah, I know.
So this would make it a little bit safer. And also, fans might leave because they know their team's not going to get an onside kick probably, and they might just walk out or turn off the TV. But this makes it more exciting because they actually have a shot. Now let's go to the other perspective. Sold. So, with an onside kick, teams could practice it hundreds and hundreds of times every practice, and yet you still can't really you can't really master it because you don't know what the other team's going to do, because there's maybe one a game, but the average is obviously less than that. So since there's only like one a game, maybe less, it's hard to study what the other team does. But with a 4th and 15, you can study the defense because most snaps are going to be offense or defensive snaps. So you can study the defense, and you could really master this, meaning that you could go almost any time in the fourth quarter, whenever you're down or trailing, you could just keep on going for it. And with the onside kick, the nice thing is you really don't want to go for it unless you absolutely have to. With this, teams might start going for it when they don't have to, which is what the NFL doesn't want to do. Mm-hmm. All right, what do you think, guys? Sold or bold?
I'm going to go with sold on this one. The thrill of the onside kick is nothing compared to a 4th and 15, because 4th and 15, it's also giving them the ball back closer to the goal line, so they could literally just kick a field goal from right there, and the lead grows bigger. But the whole point of the onside kick is so you can try to get the ball, and if you don't, you at least have a little bit of time to stop them before they score.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I kind of agree it's sold because you don't really get opportunity if you're, like, going for 4th and 15 on defense, because it's way more possible, and it just makes the game not fun anymore.
Yeah.
So, and then also, if the defense get a stop on that, it almost ends the game automatically. But if a defense gets a stop on the onside kick, they have to go a little bit downfield at least to score.
The thing I like about this is if there was no new kickoff and you could surprise other teams with your onside kick, then maybe you could choose the 4th and 15 because they'll never know. But the onside kick's point is kind of taken away with the new kickoff. So you could try the 4th and 15, but if they already know it's an onside kick, then they already know it. So you don't want to have that conflict.
Yeah, I think you should try it in preseason. That's just the way to go.
Yeah,
I agree.
Sounds like practically they think sold, no, you shouldn't do it, but maybe test it in some preseason games is what it sounds like they're saying. All right, so the final thing we want to know is, was the Micah Parsons trade fair? And Drew, with your perspectives.
All right, so we are going to start with sold, that both teams actually lost the trade. So let's get into that.
It's time to scramble it up.
So Micah Parsons, this season, hasn't been a huge contributing factor. With only 4 tackles as a linebacker, as an outside linebacker, not exactly what you want. 2.5 sacks, which isn't bad. Kenny Clark, who the Cowboys ended up getting, he's been doing better than he was last year. Only 1 sack last year, already has 1.5 this year. Again, the Micah Parsons situation, neither of them have a whole lot of tackles, so they haven't been shedding blocks as easily as they have in their past. Micah Parsons is still young and in his prime, but Kenny Clark is getting older, and I won't say he's a great replacement for Micah Parsons, a 4-time Pro Bowler. So the next perspective, bold. So the trade consisted of Micah Parsons to the Packers and Kenny Clark to the Cowboys, along with 2 first-round picks. The one this year, one next year, which is a lot. But Micah Parsons, in his 4 seasons, he's made 4 Pro Bowls. Can't get better than that. You actually cannot.
Pretty much.
2 first-round picks is a lot. It could potentially get a good replacement for him. And, I think it was a good trade. 2 first-round picks could get you 2 really good players, along with Kenny Clark, who is really solid. And, Micah Parsons hacks Madden, so he's really good for the Packers. I think the Cowboys got some good things out of it, too. All right, Emmett and Oliver, what do you think?
I think it's sold because they weren't going to be able to pay Micah Parsons. So making the Packers have him for not that long and having to pay him is like huge for Dallas. Plus 2 first-round picks and a really good player in Kenny Clark. But I just think it's sold because the Cowboys had to do it. So it doesn't really matter if they got the best they could get out of it. So it doesn't really matter if the Packers were no matter what going to at least attempt at him. So sold.
I honestly think both teams won the trade, so I would probably say bold for that. Micah Parsons is just like, even if he's not contributing well, he's an amazing defender, and just his name stirs up a lot of chaos on the offensive side. And for the Cowboys, 2 first-round picks and an already veteran defensive player, their defense was held together by Micah Parsons, and with him no longer on the team, then there's no way for the Cowboys to succeed on defense. But with new 2 first-round picks, the future of the Cowboys looks good.
I agree with you guys.
Yeah.
So now that you guys split, you guys have to fight over which one you guys want to pick.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Like a debate or something?
Yeah.
All right. So the reason why even though I know you agree that like it went evenly, first two first-round draft picks could be 2 superstars. So you could get out of that, you could get Kenny Clark, he's really good, but he's kind of old, and then get 2 superstars for 1 really good superstar.
Yeah, so...
And you get younger talent. So I can see bold, but I'm not going to lie, just sold is way better because somebody's eventually going to lose it.
Really? I think bold.
Yeah, I think
I'll
so
go with
too.
bold then.
Yeah.
So finally, after a lot of back and forth, sounds like they decided bold.
If you want to be in the hot seat, just email mix.emotions.sports@gmail.com. And if you're a pro athlete out there, don't forget to join us.
We're looking for you.
Or if you know somebody, please.
We're looking for everyone we can get.
And if you have a ruled trade or if a player is overpaid,
Request.
yeah, you can ask and we will get you in the next appropriate episode.
Again, the same email, mix.emotions.sports@gmail.com. Breaking news. Amar Johnson, who has previously been on our show, will maybe get some snaps this week against the Dolphins.
But until next time,
This is Mixed Emotions.
Signing out.